Hello, welcome back to the our City channel for an episode of FC 25 Career Mode, working our way through towards the end of this alternate universe series where Julian Nagelsmann, of course, is in charge of this City side. We had a really poor last episode. We're into the transfer window now, approaching the transfer window anyway. Real Madrid want to sign Ben White from Inter. You've got Pasiao joining Atletico Madrid. Maybe we do some transfer movement in the transfer market, but we've got a really big squad. I don't know what we'd do unless someone wants to leave. We're struggling at the moment with the goalkeeper situation, with Costa injured for so long, with Haaland injured as well. We're struggling scoring goals. I'm not exactly sure what will happen across the transfer window, but let's see what's in store for today's episode and the full month of January. We're going to kick things off with the game against Birmingham City away in the FA Cup, which we are going to play. We're then going to play Fulham away from home. We're going to simulate Burnley at home. We're going to play Juve away from home. It's an action-packed episode, this one. It really is. We're going to play Everton away from home, and then we're going to simulate this one against Athens away in the Champions League and Leicester at home in the Champions League. We've been poor in the Champions League again like we have done throughout this series. This new format not working so well for us. But that looks exciting in store, and maybe even transfers as well. We don't know, but I'm not planning on making any signings, but we will listen to offers for players if that's the case. Massive rotations in this City side say into this game against Birmingham City, with Costa out and the second choice goalkeeper being Milinkovic-Savic. He's rested today, so in comes Loris Karius. It's going to be Reed, Bar-Alain and Rico Lewis are back four. Kamara and Nico in the midfield two. It's Gelly on the right. We're going to have Nico Riley playing out on the left-hand side because we haven't really got players around the squad at the moment. Mikasa plays the attacking midfield role, and it's Ori Oskarsson up top. We do have another young player in Davin Mabama on the bench. Savinho can make a bit more headway into sort of getting back to full fitness. But Birmingham City away from home, that is a good game to play in the FA Cup. It's going to be a good atmosphere at the ground. A former Premier League side, of course, a former Carabao Cup winner. And let's hope we are the winners here today. So a competition we'd like to do well in, it's the Emirates FA Cup. Manchester City face, I think, a championship side now. They must have been promoted from League One, Birmingham City. Out from the two sides, City captained by a player who's come from the youth system, Enrico Lewis. And I think this is the first appearance for Loris Karius since signing for the club over 3 seasons ago. Good chance for him to maybe impress Julian Nagelsmann, but I don't think he'll ever be getting in the head of Vanja Milinkovic-Savic or Diogo Costa when he returns from injury. Max Alain, 80 rated now. Max Alain should be getting more football for us. Saved by the feet of Karius and away by Reed. Space out wide for Rico Lewis. Rico with the ball in to Oskarsson, who probably should score there. Ori Oskarsson. Doesn't mean anything, does it really? Magic of this competition always could change. That's good play from Oskarsson. And here's young fullback Reed here. He's got forward here. Reed in a good position. Reed. Oh, and the strike's just past the post. Where'd they go? Buchanan. Across the far post here. Rico Lewis gets it away. Only as far as a Birmingham City player. It's a save by Karius. Not towards Rico Lewis. Kamara. I think that could be the last chance of the game for City. Not that we've had many. Peacock Farrell has not been tested at all today. Not been tested at all. Full time. Is there extra time, or is that game over? Will there be a replay for this one? Through us here though. Max Alain with a foot in. It's not enough. There is a chance for Birmingham here. A chance that hits the crossbar. The Karius can't save it away by City, but that was a great chance. And Foden gives it straight back to them. He's in a real bad run of form. Phil Foden, another chance here. Wide by Birmingham. Might be one of the dullest FA Cup games you'll ever see. Marmoush, good feet by him. Foden pings one to Marmoush. He does get there. He's in behind here. Marmoush, one-on-one with the keeper. Marmoush holds it off. Marmoush for City. Right at the goalkeeper. I mean, absolutely unbelievable finish by Marmoush. At the goalkeeper. It's so poor. And we will be going to penalties here in the FA Cup. First up is Lyndon Dykes against Loris Karius. And Karius should save it. Somehow lets it go over his head. Foden against Peacock Farrell. Phil Foden! It's saved by Peacock Farrell. Wilmerson. Karius makes the save. Mikasa dispatches it with back level at 1-1. Sung-Ho here. Saved by Karius again. Brilliant. He's gone the right way for everyone. Nico Gonzalez. Bottom right-hand corner dispatches it perfectly. Hansen. So nearly saved by Karius. Every time he's gone the right way. Savinho next. Savinho scores 3-2. Birmingham have to score this one. Could Loris Karius be the hero? Karius is the hero. City go through on penalties. And he thanks that man, Loris Karius. Unbelievable performance there in this FA Cup penalty shootout. We'll off to Fulham away next, and this is City side we go with. So Milinkovic-Savic starts in goal. It's Frimpong, Araujo, Vardiol and Cambiasso the back four. Walter Edison in the midfield too, with Bob, Simons and Savinho behind Omar Marmoush. The captain will be Joško Vardiol. It's Oscarson, Lewis, Mukasa, Foden, Kasanov, Nico, Kamara and Camavinga on that City bench. Well, through against Birmingham City in the FA Cup on penalty. City in a real bad run of form, and that Premier League form has been really poor recently. Lots of losses in a row. City trying to get 2 winning ways here with Fulham away. But I am not confident in what we do this season, what we do achieve in our final season. I think this might be a real disappointment this season. It really does show what life could be like for City after the departure of Pep Guardiola. So this is the Fulham side then to take us on. Hopefully a side that we can beat. In goal starts Alex Ramiro. A back four of Aaron Hickey, captain Bassi Anderson and Fabian Fernandes. It's Sander Berger holding midfield with Smarzic, one of the players in front. Akucha there on the right, who's really good. Rodrigo Manoif leads the line. Needs that support from Bob. He's there. Well, back out to Xavi Simons. Well, already City look better on the ball. Frimpong, Bob. What a ball through to Frimpong. Near post to Omar Marmoush. And City have an early lead here. And that is the sort of football we want to be playing. Dominating possession, scoring good goals there. Really good goal by Omar Marmoush. Oscar Bob at the heart of it, as is with most things. A little 1-2 with Frimpong, which worked really well. What a ball through. And Marmoush with a nice, careful finish at that near post to give City the lead here. That's a good start by City. All through to Manoif. Oh, he spun captain Vardiol way too easily there. Manoif the chance! Hits the side netting, City lucky. And that's brilliant from Xavi Simons. Absolutely fantastic. And Savinho's going to go for goal here. And the goalkeeper Ramiro's going into action behind for a corner. Xavi Simons. On to Oscar Bob. What a ball. Bob through to Marmoush. He's in again here. Omar Marmoush. Marmoush right down the middle of the goalkeeper. And towards Oscar Bob again here. Bob brings it forward. And great pass to Xavi Simons. And on to Marmoush. Chance again for Marmoush. This time he does score 2-0. Well, one chance he scored at the near post. He had a second chance created by Bob, which was poor. Xavi Simons puts it more centrally for Omar Marmoush. And he finished this chance for 2-0. Kasanov across. Good foot in, but it's not enough. Vardiol goes to cover here, and it won't be in a Vardiol. Tackle gets City the ball back again. Bobbing towards Rico. I think Bob deserved a goal today. He's not had that chance to score. Bassi again. He's been brilliant, Calvin Bassi. Savinho. Through to Oscar Bob. Goal for Fulham. Oscar Bob down the middle. The goalkeeper, for some reason, I'm aiming far left, and Bob goes right down the middle. But Oscar Bob there should score. Finish lets him down. That is full time, a 2-0 in and a clean sheet. Considering how poor our defence has been, that is good, Manchester City. We are currently 6th place in the Premier League table with a 3-0 win over Simulation against Burnley. With Phil Foden scoring a double, maybe he is back. A clean sheet again, maybe Manchester City are back. Well, in Champions League we've been pretty poor. We sit in 22nd position in the league standings, which we would still qualify, but not automatically. Away we go to Juve, to Italy, to Turin, where 3 points could just be massive for our Champions League campaign. This is time I'm going to go with against Juve today. So Milinkovic-Savic starts and goal. It's Frimpong, Araujo, captain Vardiol and Cambiasso, that back four. Cambiasso makes his return to Italy. It is Kamara and Camavinga in the midfield too, with Simons off the right, with Foden through the middle and Savinho on the left. Foden with a chance to really impress today. Perhaps Foden should play off the right actually, and Simons through the middle. It's Marmoush at the striker with Oscarson, Lewis, Mukasa, Bob, Elaine, Nico, Walter, Edison on that City bench. So here in Turin, Juventus versus Manchester City. Big game in the Champions League. They're a lot further ahead of us, I believe. Captain out by Locatelli. We are captained by Vardiol. Cambiasso's return, of course, to his former club. And they have made some big signs. They've got a big side, a good side. I mean, Adeloma Lukman in there. De Gregorio still in goal. Ben Seguir, Vitor Roque up top. He was playing for someone else not too long ago, wasn't he? That's a good Juve side. One, hopefully we can beat today. This is Thiago Motta's Juve side. with some good players on the bench like former City man Douglas Luiz. It's Digagora in goal, the back four of Bayo, Kubasi, Fofana and Cabal. It's Belabor and Locatelli, wow, in the midfield too, with Lookman, Bentancur and Buonanotte supporting Vitor Roque up top. What a side that is. That space in the middle there. Oh, there's big space in the middle there. Camavinga's poor for not finding the pass, but I think Xavi was too slow to get into that little pocket of space. It's Buonanotte. Great challenge by Kamara. Wins it back. Cambiasso. Well, he's Marmoush, who's a striker. Xavi Simons in behind to Marmoush. What a ball. Against Kubasi. He was quick here, Kubasi. Risky challenge. Well timed. Runners. Savinho is one of them. Phil Foden finds Savinho. Here's the Brazilian, just feels so slow, Savinho. He's been caught up to way too easily. Ball to Phil Foden. Back into Marmoush here. Marmoush in the turn, saved by Di Gregorio. It's Frimpong, it's blocked, and it's away by Juve. That's pretty much our only chance of the game. It comes at the end of the half, and I feel like Marmoush should score it. Space opens up for Juve. Vitor Roque. Araujo makes a challenge. He's lost him. Chance for Juve. Adelan Lookman opens the scoring. Their first shot of the game, I think. And they score from it. Too easy. Vitor Roque slips past Araujo. And Lookman scores 1-0 Juve. Xavi Simons. Xavi. Good feet by Xavi. Plays Frimpong. Frimpong is in! What a miss by Jeremy Frimpong. He's offside anyway. Ball through here. Lookman is in for a second here. 2-0 Juve. And it's defeat for Manchester City for certain now. What changes can we make to change this? In the middle they go. Lookman back in behind us again. Could be more embarrassment in the Champions League for Manchester City. Lookman. Vardiol beaten. Adelan Lookman makes it 3. And just like the Barcelona game and many of the European games before it, Manchester City are smashed in Europe. And Julian Nagelsmann's side are embarrassed by another European side. Full-time Juve 3, City 0, and we are terrible. Well, our bit of gameplay in today's episode is against Everton away. They are all the way down here in the relegation zone, it seems, nearly in 17th. Just 1 point ahead of Crystal Palace. We'll go away to Goodison Park in 3rd place. Not that far off the top spot. 4 points off league leaders Liverpool. Maybe there's a return to the City side, but at the moment it feels unlikely. Leicester side against Everton today in goal starts playing actually back to the back three with Cristiano Araujo and Joško Vardiol in there. It's Frimpong and Savinho in the wide areas with Wharton and Camavinga in the midfield too. And change the front line that lacks creativity. Edison comes in playing a more attacking role with Marmoush and Oscar Bob. That means on the bench is Xavi Simons and Phil Foden, as well as Andrea Cambiasso. Well, decent performance today at Goodison Park, and a 3-point win would actually put us within touching distance of Liverpool, which is a surprise considering how bad we've been, losing so many games in a row. We don't have to play Liverpool again this season, so it is obviously down to hoping they make a mistake. I think we'll be a lot better once we get Costa and Haaland back. But until then, we've got to keep rolling this side, and Julian Nagelsmann has got to find a way to keep this side trying to win games. The next one is the final bit of gameplay today against Everton. So this is David Moyes' relegation teetering Everton side at the midway point of the season. Falcone starts in goal. It's Cech, goals, O'Brien and Kisumba, the back four. Irabunum and Garner in the midfield too. Hollaback up top with Captain Taiskanov, Xabi and also Iliman Jai in behind. Sees Edison space there. Edison through to Marmoush, who gets in the end of it. Marmoush, and Marmoush from a narrow angle. Marmoush does score 1-0 City. Well, he's who we rely on to put the ball in the back of the net at the moment. Edison played a more attacking role, and boy does he make an impact playing there. Ball through to Marmoush, peels away from the defenders of Everton, and Falcone can't stop that one. It's a great finish by Omar Marmoush. 1-0 Manchester City. Find his way through. Bob, Wharton, that's a fantastic ball. To the far post here towards Savinho, he's waited. Didn't attack it. Didn't attack it. Wharton beaten. Everton with a chance here. Step-overs from Hollaback. He's got runners round him. Now stays with him. Shot here by the striker Hollaback. It's a good save by Vanja Milinkovic-Savic behind for a corner. Through to Savinho. He's done another great pass here. Savinho across to Marmoush. Down the middle of Falcone and away. Hollaback. Oh, Vardiol, too easy. Savic comes again, makes another good save here, and it's all about. And City get away with that one. Right to Frimpong. Back to Wharton. Bob. Nice crap by up. That's so poor from Bob. One of our better performing players. A chance for Everton the counter. Holobash. Kusanov wrong side. Trouble Iliam Njai is in. Holobash is there. It's a great block by Camavinga. It's absolutely classed by Eduardo Camavinga. Corner ball. Tyskanov. Beats him. And again. Footing by Edison's not enough. Ball through here. Chance for Everton. Good save by Vanya Milinkovic-Savic, who keeps us in the lead here. Edison keeps going here. The defender's don't know what to do. Edison. Marmoush for 2. On the counter. I had a feeling that was going to go wrong somehow. But it doesn't do. Omar Marmoush for the tap-in. I mean, he couldn't miss this one. Edison just plays it onto him. Rolls it into the Egyptian's path. 2-0 City. Oh, Phil, you crap. You're absolutely terrible. Njai. Past him. Njai. Kusanov, last minute, off the post. Back to Everton. We do pull him back 2-1. No clean sheet. Deserved goal. Rubbish from City. That comes from Phil Foden. That pass that he could just slip through there, Phil Foden. Pulls it back here. Frimpong to absolutely nobody. But the full-time whistle will go there. Manchester City 2, Everton 1. 3 points is what we need. The results are all that matter at the moment. And luckily, one's gone in our favour. 2 simulations to end today's episode. And the first one ends in a bad way. Former Man United man Anthony Martial thinks City a 2-1 defeat in the Champions League to AEK Athens. Which might just mean we are knocked out of the Champions League. That is how bad we've been in Europe under Julian Nagelsmann. And sadly, I think that is the case. Manchester City crash out the Champions League in the league phase alongside Benfica. That is a massive stain on Nagelsmann's record, and that is not what we expect from a City side. I cannot believe how poor we've been. Champions League holds as well, and we go out in the group phase, or the league phase. That is embarrassing. Well, we do end the episode, thankfully, with some positive news in the Premier League. A 4-win in the final simulation of today's episode against Leicester. Goals from Oscar Bob, Cambiasso, Savinho and Xavi Simons give us 3 points. Out in Europe, but maybe still can do something special domestically and in the league. Thanks for watching. Please let it be for already. Please do subscribe to the channel if you are new. And we'll see you guys from the episode as we wind down this series next time.